Ladies, how valuable do you really think you are? If all it takes is for a man to take you out to eat, take you out to see a movie, spend a few days, on the late nights, y'all talking on the phone all late, if that's all it takes, then you don't really value you. And I'm not talking about how much money this man is spending on you. I'm talking about how valuable do you really see yourself. Until you start to really value you for who you are, meaning until you start to see that your mind is very valuable. Okay, your mind is what causes you to make certain decisions. Until you start to see that your entire body is very valuable, you need to be able to get up and go to work, make a living for yourself, do this and do that. You got to be careful of the type of man that you are tying yourself to. You don't know what kind of demonic activity that man might be having going on. And most women mess up at this point. And I'm somebody that has done this. We look at the outer shell of a person and it look good and I would love to be seen next to that. No. That man can look good all he want on the outside, but what is his character like on the inside? What is he like on the inside is truly what counts. He can be made up very well on the outside, but a nasty person internally. And then you got to ask yourself, was I, I really was only worth, going out to McDonald's or a trip here and a trip here. He flew me out to Miami. All that stuff does not really show how valuable you are to you. When you start to see that you are very, very valuable, meaning your entire existence is extremely valuable, when you start to value you, you will start to make better decisions on what type of man is allowed to have access to you. Because just because he comes in your life and he talks about all these future promises and what he want to do and how he look, you look good on his arm, and he think that God told him that you're his wife and things like that. No, you really got to ask yourself the question, dang, how valuable am I to me? And as soon as you can find out that answer, you'll stop making mistakes by just allowing people to get full access to you by just doing the bare minimum. Just doing the bare minimum. And I tell you this too, it takes time. It takes time before you need to make a decision on whether or not you want to really be with that person. And then being intimate with that person. If you listen, as a woman of God, if you ain't married to that man, you shouldn't be intimate with him anyway. Yes, I'm going to say it. The Bible says, don't be conformed to the things of this world, but be transformed by renewing of your mind. I'm not saying I'm not somebody that has not made that mistake and done it. I have. But at the same time, where I am in my life right now, I had to learn to really value myself. I am very smart. Therefore, because I know I am very smart, I don't have time to waste anymore on meaningless conversations, on meaningless things that gets me nowhere. Now that I became a little bit more disciplined in my life, I think about every second of my life, every minute of my life, every hour that goes by. How am I spending my time? Because I'm valuable to me now. I had to learn some lessons the hard way. I am valuable to me now. And now because I am valuable to myself, it's extremely important that I only allow myself to be around people that will value me too, that will value my time, that will value me. If you don't have the time to do that, and all you want to do is sit around and try to fast track everything with me, red flag. You telling me I'm your wife, red flag. I'm valuable now. I'm 34 years old. I ain't that old. But I've lived and through things long enough, or have experienced some things enough to the point where I had to ask myself that hard question too. How valuable am I to me? Listen, ladies, I pray that you really sit down and take inventory of your past and just see how valuable you really thought yourself, that you really thought you was back then. And you'll see the type of men that you settle for. It's okay. Forgive yourself. Say, dang, I really thought that's all I deserved at that time. Because if that's all you didn't deserve, you would not have settled for that. You would not have even allowed yourself to go as far as you did in that relationship. Lesson learned. Learn the lesson, but don't fall for it again. Value you.